Lowe's has a mission of helping people love where they live, and the astronauts happen to live in outer space.
The Made in Space is partnering with Lowe's to develop and deploy the very first commercial 3D printer to space.
Going to be printing tools, branded tools from Lowe's. 3D printing is an obvious choice for space. You have a very small space to which to work with, so you can only bring a certain amount of material in there. And also, it's hard to know what you're gonna need and when you're gonna need it.
When an astronaut calls home and says, "I lost my ratchet," we can 3D print a ratchet.
We arrange the file, and then we basically email it to space.
It's like that. The next day, they have a ratchet.
A real, true, functional, workable ratchet.
This is a plastic mesh, 0 nuts and bolts. There's no welds or joints. You can make things like chain link the same way.
Your sort of standard buckle.
If something breaks in the space station currently, they use duct tape and paper and toothbrushes.
For the very first time ever, humanity can manufacture things off of the face of the planet.
The mission for Made in Space is to enable people to begin to live off planet Earth.
In the future, we'll be able to build entire structures and habitats out of local resources found on the Moon and Mars. The question I get asked a lot is like, what's the most important thing your printer's gonna make? I don't know, because that's the whole point.
We've seen throughout the years that the developments that are made specifically for space made life here on Earth better.
Your cell phone, for instance.
Everything from Tang to artificial heart valves to the GPS chip.
And this is no different. We're also going to be having a replica of the exact same setup that's in the International Space Station here in a store in the Bay Area. Regular Lowe's customers are going to be able to customize their home and get an experience of what it would be like to be inside of the International Space Station.
The same technology that we're going to be operating in space can be used to print with regolith or moon dust. What would be interesting one day is if there was a Lowe's hardware store on the moon. We think one day there'll be quite a bit of business there.